Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. My special guest today is Karl White. The episode Welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. My special guest today is Karl White. The episode today is focused on fatherhood. We're going to talk about the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, and we're going to give out flowers today because our fathers deserve it. They work hard, they holding the family down, so we're going to make sure we highlight all of that. Before we get started, I want to just give a shout out to my father, Floyd Daniels. Hi, Daddy. I will be pulling up on you tomorrow. I know you're watching this episode because you always support me. And my hubby, aka husband. Yes, thank you, husband. Happy Father's Day. Today is your day. All weekend is your weekend, but today is a special celebration in your honor. So we do have a ton of guests outside celebrating Father's Day with him. So, yeah. Happy Father's Day, Dad. And the Katrice Koctail today is just straight up. Me and Karl decided to go straight up water. He has just regular water. And I have a little sparkling water because you know your girl has a little sparkle and has a little sparkle inside her. So cheers to episode 6, the fatherhood episode. Grab your cocktail. Let's go. Yeah, I got a little sparkle. It's really good. So this is the straight up cocktail. So you can have anything straight up. You can have cognac, whiskey, water, whatever beverage of your choice. Just make sure you do it straight up. Because this conversation, we getting straight to it. We're gonna just talk some straight up conversation with Karl. So I'm ready to get into it. How y'all feel? You ready? You ready to get into it? Okay, let's go. How you doing, Karl? Welcome.
Welcome. Glad to be on.
Yes, I appreciate you. Thanks for supporting me.
Yes, I'm a very big supporter of yours. So,
yes, you are, baby.
Yeah.
I see you. He be on every episode. He be tagging. He be commenting. I see him. So I don't take it lightly. I appreciate that.
Am I the first male?
You are. You are. He's the first male guest. So he done opened the door. He done knocked some walls down. I hope some more gentlemen decide to pull up on Let's Talk About It because I know y'all got a lot to talk about. I know y'all could come and have a conversation with me. And then after this episode, after Karl, he leave feeling good, feeling enlightened. And you know, I'm sure he's going to let you know how much fun he had on Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. Well, real conversations happen. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get into this real conversation on fatherhood. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's go then.
All right.
Okay, let's get into the first question of today on fatherhood. So, what does the word father? What does the word dad or father mean to you?
Protector, provider, leader. Role model.
Role model, yes. I love it. All those words, that's what fatherhood means to him. And I must say that has been what my father has been to me. You know, he has been a protector, a role model, you know, all those things. Even in, you know, his struggles, his everyday struggle, just being a father, he has always made sure that he did his best when it came to being a father. So I'm going to just take some time to let my husband do what he needs to do before we get back into it, okay? Because this is the set of Let's Talk About It with Katrice K, and I need my hour. Okay, we're going to take a few steps. I think he's done, guys. So moving right along. What was the first thing that came to mind when you held your child for the first time?
Okay, I was 20 years old.
Were you 20?
20 years old.
Okay.
So let me, before I get into that, let me get into a little bit about me.
Yes.
Okay, I was a father when I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I was going to ask him that, but let's go.
I had a child when I was in my 30s.
Okay, so wait, your first child was when you was 20.
Right.
Okay.
The second child was when I was 31.
Oh, so you waited 11 years to have your second one.
And then the last child was at 43.
Wow, okay.
So I was the youngest parent in the PTA meeting.
Yes.
And then became the old parent at the PTA meeting.
Yes.
Well, no, it was PTO then.
Oh. PTO. Okay, so okay, basically, so now you have 3 children.
Right.
What do you have?
What are you doing?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
It's somebody in the kitchen. You know, the setup, let's talk about it with Katrice K is at my private residence. So I'm going to give them time to give me my hour. Okay?
The food is smelling good, too.
I know. It's a celebration outside, y'all. Come on over. Fathers are welcome. Come on in.
And I walked here.
And he did. He made sure he came to Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. So I hope that's our final and last interruption, because this conversation is about fatherhood, and I want to shine a light on my guest today, which is Karl. I want to give him the opportunity to talk about his experience, being a father, and I also, feel like the conversation is very educational for young fathers, new fathers. I want him to be able to share his experience and his journey in becoming a father. So I do want to give you your time.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the question you asked. I didn't answer the question because I was just starting to give my background a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, when the first time I looked at my baby girl.
Oh, so your first was a girl.
Yes.
Wow.
When I saw Keisha, oh my goodness. It hit me like it was an experience I didn't ever expect.
Okay.
And believe me, I was scared. So these young men out here who have children, you don't run from that. It's normal to feel fear, but it's also a responsibility. You feel like, oh my goodness, I have to teach the child everything.
Yeah.
They're looking for me for everything.
For everything.
To eat, to go, to take care of when they sew the clothes, all that. You got to be there. And that's when you grow up. I had to grow up fast.
Oh,
I had to grow up real fast.
So, Karl, that was actually going to be one of my questions. How did fatherhood change you? How did it change your everyday life,
Oh, then I could see why parents do what they do.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize what they do. They do everything. It's so many unspoken things they do. For their children. Because they love them. It's not about money. It's not about any of that. It's about being with them and loving them and caring for them and wanting the best for them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So basically, you put once you had kids, it was no more Karl. It was
100%
Karl the father.
Yes. Oh, I never felt love like that before. I mean, it was like, whoa, it was overwhelming.
Yeah, because I know a lot of fathers, that's something they struggle with, just the change, being a single man to now, having to care for yourself, and now you have a little one looking up to you, and a lot of people struggle with that.
Right.
So what advice could you give, a new father coming into fatherhood that they may be experiencing that?
Stop watching TV, because some TV fathers are hard on yourself. Being a father is like everything else. You're trial and error. There's no manual. Each child is different. Learn that child. They have to get to know you, and you got to get to know them.
Okay.
And that's just the way it is. And it's no perfect thing, but it's not going to be like you got all the answers and you always got undivided attention. Your life is busy.
Yeah.
But what I found out is that I try to model myself after my mother, because my mother, I don't know how she did it. She always made me feel like I was the only one. I have 12 brothers and sisters.
Oh wow, yeah.
So but she always talks to you one-on-one. While my dad always talked to us in a group.
Yes.
So it's different, yeah. So I try to model myself after my mother. My mother was like, make you feel like you were like the only thing that was mandatory right at that moment.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she did, but it was a magical trick she was able to pull.
Yeah.
And so that's a shout out to my mom. My mom is passed away. But and so was my father.
Okay.
So I guess I'm an orphan.
Yeah.
But
he's not an orphan. No, you have love and support.
Right.
Yeah. You know, but so basically what he said is no father is perfect. So I take it as he's saying, you know, just jump out, just do your best. Whatever it is, just do your best, guys. And we appreciate you. I know I appreciated my father. He wasn't a perfect father. He wasn't like, you know, the TV dad, but he was my dad, and I appreciate him, and I love him, you know, and I hope he know how much he's appreciated. So what is one thing you wish someone would have told you that would help you before you became a father?
Choose wisely who you have children with.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you want to say? Because that's one of my, that's actually one of my questions. The co-parenting. How, okay, so wait a minute, let's get into that.
Yeah.
So your children, were you a single dad? Were you with the mom?
Okay. Well, had Keisha. Mm-hmm. I got married to her mom. Mm-hmm. We were married for quite a few years.
Oh, okay.
I know feels like to have a nuclear family of my own.
Yeah.
You know, I had that example of that with my family, my birth family. Mm-hmm. My dad and mom were together.
Okay.
But then my dad passed when I was almost 14 years old. Mm-hmm. So then my mom had to be basically what they call now a single mom.
Yeah.
She had to learn how to do everything. So I was trying not to be a burden to her, and I had to help with my younger brothers and sisters. Because I told you I had 12 brothers and sisters. And I'm number 9, so I had to, my group, which is 5 of us, I had to try to take care of us.
Okay.
And they looked up to me.
So basically you had the experience of being, you wasn't a father, but you were basically a father figure. Right. At such a young age. Did you even realize that doing it at that time?
I didn't think of it like that. I just was like, I love my brothers and sisters, and I just wanted to make sure they were okay. And I knew they didn't know all the things I knew because they were too young, you know.
Yeah.
But overwhelm them and stuff. But yeah. But back to my, like my kids and stuff. I just try to do the best I can do. That's
wow.
I mean, it's just once you realize that you're a father, it changes your whole life. Mm. You can't think about yourself. You got to think about them.
Okay.
Which is actually thinking about yourself.
Yes, because you always want the best for your kids, no matter what.
Right.
So how did you balance like being present? Did you ever have to spend time away from your kids?
Yeah. Well, not really, because I always.
Were you ever
first of all, my priority always was on my family. The slogan everybody says is family first. I really didn't say it like that when I was back when I was being father when I was younger. Yeah. No, it was, I didn't think family, but I just did it. I just did that naturally. It was like, my job, I took time off. Went to all the recitals, all the practices, took them to pick up, drop offs, all that. Did all that. I did my share of that. I'm not saying I did every drop off, every pick up, but I went to almost every game. I didn't have that when I was growing up. I have a game. I don't think my mother came to one of my games, maybe. Of all the games I had, one game.
Wow.
Because she had to work.
She had to work.
Yeah.
So you said something that's really important. You said that you didn't have that growing up. So was it important to you to make sure, was that your driving goal, to make sure that you was there for your kids because no one was there?
And I have to give a shout out to Ron Irvine. That's my brother-in-law.
Father figures matter.
And he was my first, I would say, mentor, to me, because he taught me a whole lot about being a father. Okay. And he always came to my games. Okay. This is before he even had children. Oh. So now his kids are grown now and all that. But yeah, he's passed. He's also has passed. Oh. But yeah, that's my father. So my brother-in-law was a big inspiration to me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Father figures, we appreciate you guys too. I want to shine a light on you guys. Thank you for being, that step in dad. We appreciate you guys too. Because my husband is not Leah's dad, but you wouldn't be able to tell.
Right.
I would have to tell people that, no, that's not her father, because just the way they dynamic is, you would think that that's his biological child, but it's not. Okay, so how do you show love and discipline at the same time when your kids were little?
Like when a little kid does something, you say, no, like this, or you redirect them a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they get like, I'm not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Without getting, Will Smith did an interview, and he was talking about the Serena Williams, when he was on the Williams, he was being a father. And he showed a tape of the dad was getting on the case of the report about how he was talking to his daughter. And the kids were just like sitting back there, the daughters, both Venus and Serena, were just sitting there like real calm and everything. Yeah. But the father was going off on the reporter, like, you don't talk to my children like that. And blah, blah. But the kids were not scared because he said he knew how to roar like a lion, but it still the kids knew that no, Daddy's a lamb. He's not
I love it.
Yeah, so that was yeah, he doesn't he's approachable, but he ain't gonna take no stuff off.
He ain't taking no stuff.
So if you mess with my kids, you gonna see the lion.
That's why I never called my daddy, because it's no in between with him. My daddy will be in the penitentiary, y'all, if y'all did something to me. And I didn't want to see him locked up. So I kept him out of my affairs, baby. Floyd did not play about his firstborn, baby. I kept him out of it, because you will be in trouble. But I can say my husband was showing discipline. It's none. He don't show any. It's all love with him. And I guess it's okay. I don't know. I guess we'll see when Molly get grown if she needed a little bit more discipline. Because right now, she get nothing but love. Okay, what values were most important for you to instill in your kid?
The values, I would say, honesty. Do what you say you're going to do.
Ooh.
Be on time.
Okay.
Do your best.
Yeah.
You do something. When you start something, finish it.
Ooh.
So once we start something, we make a commitment to do something. Finish it.
So where did you raise your children? Where did you raise your children? Was it in an inner city, suburb?
Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor.
Okay.
And then,
so is that like the suburbs?
Yeah, that's like, it's the suburbs.
So do you think like where you raise your children kind of matter with their upbringing?
Yeah, because where I was raised in an inner city. And my father, the stuff he did, why he was so strict on us and all that, was because if you didn't do that, there's consequences for not doing certain things, because it was rough. And you could actually get maybe even hurt really bad or maybe killed. So that's why you had to listen to when you really taught something, you had to listen.
You had to listen.
Yeah. Because it was a whole other game. But he's not trying to scare you to death, but he's protecting you from
the troubles
out there. Yep.
Okay, so yeah. So what kind of legacy you want to leave for your children?
I want to leave a legacy of that I was a dad that tried to do his best, even though I'm not perfect. Yes. And the kids will see when they get older, Daddy ain't perfect.
Yes.
But that's okay. That's okay. But I did the very best I can. I always want the best for them. So I want them to do their very best. And not so much to make me proud, but to make themselves proud of themselves. That's the most important thing, is be proud. Have your accomplishments for yourself, not because you're trying to do it for me.
Ooh, for yourself. I like that. I really like that, because this is your life, your road that needs to be traveled. So speaking of doing your best, what is like one thing your proudest dad moment with each child?
Oh, each child, okay. My oldest, Lakeisha, she struggled with reading because she had the dyslexia, reading backwards, whatever like that. So she really worked hard. We really worked hard. So her reading is like excellent now. So she really worked hard at it. Well, the proudest moment with her was she was about maybe 10 or 11 years old, and she was in Sunday school. Okay. And she ran the children's program. She was the MC. And if you saw from where she was to, I was like, she blew me away.
Good job, Keisha.
I was like, wow, I was so proud.
Yes, good
I was like,
job.
I could not be more proud. Then my son, oh, that boy, he's something else. The proudest moment was when he played baseball.
Okay.
And he wasn't the greatest hitter.
Okay.
But at Eastern Michigan,
look how he's lighting up talking about his kids. I love it.
Eastern Michigan, they got to play a game there at Eastern Michigan's field.
Okay.
And he almost hit a home run. He hit the fence.
Okay.
He hit the top of the fence and came back in. Yeah, I was like, I was so proud of him. Because he was more of a singles hitter. If you know baseball, you know, you hit it just out beyond the infielders, not really deep in the outfield. He hit the ball deep, and I was really proud of him.
You should be proud.
Because I was, and when I played baseball, I was all glove and no stick. That was that too. Yeah. And then,
all glove, no stick.
And then my baby, my most proud moments of her is graduating from Howard just recently. Yeah.
Congratulations, Kier.
Yeah.
Graduate of Howard, Black Girl Magic. I love it. Good job, Dad.
But also she was something else. So like, I taught her, like, do your work first. That's one of the things I want to leave legacy with my children.
Okay.
You do your work first and play second.
Yes.
And she took that seriously all throughout her school. Anything she does, she always takes care of her business first, and then she did everything, every party, every this, every that. She was at everything.
Everything,
but she did her work.
She did her work first, and that was something that you instilled in her. So that was like some of your
and she
core values.
She took to that, and she's doing it from now. She's been doing it forever. It's like a habit now. So,
okay, here we proud of you, girl. Keep it up. So what does emotional support look like for a new father that's been fathering for years, and even like you still your daughter graduated from high school, but I see you still being that dad. I see you still being a father. So I think does it ever quit?
No, because you see that you got to step in where, like you were saying, anybody can be a father.
Right.
Because you can step in. They need just that one little thing, you know. Like even like me, if I have an issue. There's older people that I know, older men that I know, they'll say something like, "Damn, that made me think. Wow, you're right. You know, I need to listen. You know, I start to listen to them, like because they'll tell you stories and things that it got a point to the story. It didn't, and the story's for you. That's you know, and that's so I like that. So I want to be that for younger people. Is that person that gives that wise word when they need it.
When you need it.
But not be meddling and stuff like that, no.
So that's what emotional support looks like. You just being there, huh?
Right.
Okay.
And we got some great fathers in this neighborhood. I got to say, it's a bunch of good fathers in this neighborhood. These kids are going to be. They play outside. They do all kinds of. This neighborhood is. I haven't seen anything like this in years.
It's a great place.
It's a throwback neighborhood. I'm telling you.
It's a great place to raise a family for sure. So I love that. So are there any stereotypes or pressures, that dads face?
Oh, definitely. They don't say much. They don't have any feelings and all that. Wow. Yes, we do. We feel just as much as the woman. The women are different than men because they express themselves with words more. We do by doing. So we show our love by doing. Okay. Like, I always wanted to go fishing with my dad, but my dad wanted to be alone because he had their own kids. Right. So he wanted to get away from us. That's his only time alone. So he would creep out real early in the morning and go fishing. Yes. So my brothers and I was like, we're going with Dad. We're going to go fishing. Yes. Okay. Because he had got us a ride and everything, but he had no intention of going and taking us fishing. And then he would get up earlier and leave, but we always be waiting for him. And he said, "Oh, come on, let's go. Let's go." Yeah. And I had a time with my dad. And it was cool because you could see he showed us how to fish, and but he more than that, he just was talking to us more. We never had that one-on-one time together, and that was really cool. That I love thinking about the times when we did get to go fishing. Right? Because some of the stuff couldn't hear because he sneak out. You hear a car going off. I know. I'm guilty of disappearing too. How could us women help with some of those stereotypes? What could we do to kind of like ease the burden of being an everyday father? Don't say stuff like, I don't need a man.
Oh, who say that?
That's what you hear it too much. I don't need a man. Just because they had a bad relationship with, still respect if you would still know that you put your child first.
Yeah.
And realize he is trying to do his best to put the child first.
Oh, wow.
And if you could just get him, you can talk to him. It's a way you can get a person to come away from not feeling like, because a lot of fathers, what they do is once the family might break down or whatever, and they go their way and the mom goes another way, is that they just feel like they have so much time away from the kid, they don't feel like they can jump back in there.
Right.
And they start, and as time goes by, it gets that fear of getting back in it because they don't know what to say or to do or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
But I'm just telling the fathers out there, the young fathers out there, that don't do that. Still get back in there. Still be involved. Be involved the way don't be involved the way the mom is being involved. Be involved the way the dad is involved.
Because we need y'all. I know we come off harsh. It's just we be overstimulated. The kids get on our nerves, and you know how we do. But I'm going to challenge myself to take Karl's advice to just be more kind.
Right.
Be more kind. Just watch my words. So I never say that though. I don't need a man because I need mine. So you talked about basically, Keisha, you were married to Keisha's mom.
Right.
And then y'all got a divorce.
Right.
And then your second child, what happened?
You got married and then got divorced.
Wow. Okay.
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 Oh, she all up in my business.
Okay. Third child, what happened?
Was that no? The two were about to.
Oh, it was about to say. Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he back on track. He back on track. Same woman.
Yeah.
But y'all end up separated.
Yes.
I would say.
Yes.
Okay. So, how was the co-parent relationship? Was it a good one?
Well, Kiara's mom has been excellent because she understood that, she wasn't happy that we broke up, but that it just I wasn't happy about it either. Wanted to be, because I didn't have it the first time around. I almost had it. Almost got Keisha to the end, so it was like 16 or whatever. Then everything kind of went haywire. Yeah. But so I know what it's like to have you be in the house with your child, your biological child. When we and her broke up, when Felicia by Kiara's mom, when we broke up, that she understood, she respected the fact that I at least was trying to do the very best for her, and so she understood that. Once she realized that, that things went really, really smooth. It probably was like the first couple of years that was kind of, because you got these stereotypes out there, thinking that the man ain't gonna do it. And she was like, no, he's not like that. He takes it. And so
that was good. Kudos to her.
And a couple times I had to, correct her about certain things, and we got into it, but not in a bad way like that. It's not young and screaming. No. It was just, we had to get it together, and it's worked out perfectly because she understood that I needed my time with my daughter, and don't interfere with that.
Yeah.
And I don't interfere with her time with her family. Because the child supposed to see both sides of the family. You see your brothers and sisters, your uncles and cousins and all that, and they need to see that. That's what makes a family.
That's what makes a family.
And it's not one side, it's both.
It's both.
Yeah.
But let's take a little break to have to sip on our water. We having a great conversation, guys. Cheers to episode 6 of Fatherhood. We talking the highs, the lows, the in between. Karl is most definitely dropping some gems. You could tell a little bit about his age. He had his first child when he was 20, second child
when I was
31, third child 43. And how old is graduated Howard? So this is some knowledge right here, baby. This is the old school knowledge, okay?
Yep.
So y'all listen to these gems he dropping on fathers. He made it. He got a daughter. He got grown kids. One graduated Howard. So it could be done. Like he says, stick in there. No father is perfect. Just do your best. And I love it. So he's dropping these gems. I hope you're grabbing it. what is something that surprised you about being a father? Something that you just wasn't prepared for?
That's the thing that surprised me the most was that how much. I guess you definitely like more like God. That's what I found out. I was more like God. You know, that's when humans could be like kind of like God in this sense that they can. No matter what you add another person, it doesn't diminish the other person's thing. It just still gets them. So the next person, and you always got room for more. Which is, you don't think, how's that humanly possible? But that was the secret my mom knew. You know, she knew, even though we have a lot, she knew how to make you feel like
an individual.
No, she made you feel like you were her favorite child.
I know, that's that magic. My grandmother did that for all of us too. We still argue to this day about who the favorite, and we all say we her favorite. But everybody know that I was her favorite.
Do you really believe that?
I know I was. Yeah. All you got to do, I was her favorite. Thank you, Granny, for letting your other kids know I was your favorite. So, what is one thing that that looking at your father, the way your father was with his children, what is something that you took from that, from the way he raised his kids? Was there anything that you took from him, watching him raise his kids? If it was, what was it? And what was that one thing that you said, I would never do that to my kid?
Okay, the thing that he did was hard work.
Ooh.
How, you don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of hard work. Mm-hmm. We had to do chores. Mm-hmm. We had to do that, and he had to do it right. Mm-hmm. And he was the inspector. He knew so you knew what the standards were. You had to you had to meet that standard. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got from my father. My father was the importance of a work ethic,
hard work.
Yes, that's real important. And what was the second part of the question? It was,
so what was like him raising his children? What is something that you said, I would never do that. I'm never going to be like that with my kids. Or did you have a moment like that? Oh
yeah, because he would show to me anger more than like love.
Okay.
So you're not gonna get that was good.
Yeah.
Good job. Mm-hmm. Like you get people say, good job. I was like,
he ain't doing none of that.
When somebody say good job, I always think, you fake, are you real?
Yeah.
Like, Dad didn't do that. Good job.
He ain't doing none of that.
None of that. Wow. But I made sure I did that.
Okay, good. Yeah. You made sure you did that with your kids. Okay.
That's the one thing
I like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just looking at how my dad raised, I could go on and on and on. And I don't want to knock my dad, but I'm the oldest. Like I said, I'm his firstborn. So I saw a lot and I was around for a lot. So my dad spent some time in prison. And even with him being in prison, I never felt the lack of love. Like I knew that he still loved me. And I just knew he was away. Right. But I always said, like, if situations came about, it was like, if my dad was here, this wouldn't have happened, But I do think it was something that I had to heal from.
Right.
So, is there anything that you could say that you wish you wouldn't have done that maybe your kids are still healing from today?
Yeah, because sometimes I think I didn't say stuff when I need to say it. Mm-hmm. And some of that, again, goes back to the stereotypes. So that, you don't want to be too hard on the kids and blah, 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 blah. And I didn't want to be like my dad, So I had to reel myself in, but I reeled myself in too much. Oh, because sometimes you need to say what needs to be said.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you got to catch things, when it happens.
That's true.
Yeah, because I remember, one time my son came home and he was crying. And I was like, why? Because he's like, nothing, he had no emotions. He's like, and he was crying. I was like, what's wrong? So what's wrong? And so, and he says, I don't look like everybody else, or whatever he said. Mm-hmm. And so I put in front of the mirror, and I said, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I said, you are more handsome than me, smarter than me. You're gonna be great in this world. Yeah. And I was like, don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them. I know you best. Don't I know you best? Yeah, Dad, you know me best. I said, okay. And his esteem went way up because of that.
Okay, well I do. Okay, so I'm gonna let Karl, get out and enjoy the celebration that's going on outside. But before we go, I just want to ask him ways that we as women could support him. I mean, not just support him, support the fathers. So, what do you think we could do as women?
Don't expect them to do things the way you do them.
Right.
Because you guys are more verbal. You know, y'all talk. You know, y'all consider doing something is talking. We don't consider doing something talking. We say doing something is doing something.
Doing something.
You know, but they, you know, I understand. No, talking is necessary though. Talking is necessary. No. You got to talk because then that'll play in their head. So when they ready to make a bad decision, what you said to them goes in their head. So talking is important now. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying we both have separate roles. The women are very good at psychologically twisting that thing, you know, while the men is by doing. Daddy don't do that. Mm-hmm. You know, if they see you smoke, what you gonna do? Ooh. They ain't gonna smoke. If if you see them cussing out the mama, what you think they gonna do? You know,
mm-hmm. So you lead by example.
Yeah. So you can't be doing all that kind of stuff like that. So it just it's.
So how can we affirm and uplift you guys? Are you a father of like words? Do you need someone to tell you you're doing a good job? That's great, Dad.
Everybody needs that. Everybody needs that. I don't know what planet you're from. Everybody needs that. Everybody that's living and breathing rather be liked than hated. Okay? I've seen the most grumpiest people to whatever, and as soon as you just say a couple of kind words to them, and you notice them. Because they think they're hiding somehow and you're not seeing them. And you say, hey, how you doing today?
How you doing today?
Or I like that what you have on or whatever. Or, how's your knee that you said was sore or something like that. And they go. So, I'm telling you, being a firm. So, I would tell you, my wife, she does that all the time. She says, she just affirms me. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? She gets more out. I know it could be a ploy. It can be a ploy, like but you know something. But there you go. I'll take the honey all day. Okay. I'm sorry.
So he uses words of affirmation. Right. So that's what he needs. And I think, like he said, most men desire that. Most men need that from their woman. And I think I do pretty good. I hope I do pretty good. So I see a lot of women. I would call it undermining.
Yes.
You know,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But keep going.
So I would call it undermining, and I know I'm bad at it. Ooh, like my husband will discipline the kids, and I can't hold it in because I'm the softie. Right then and there, I'm like, why would you do that? She ain't even do anything, And I know it's bad. I'm working on it.
So how that gets worked out is you work it out. You have the meeting before the meeting.
I know.
Y'all have to talk and agree. This is how we're going to go about it.
Yes.
And then you do it.
Because Molly, that's my soft spot, baby. Don't mess with my baby. I'm sorry.
It could be his soft spot, baby.
So when he get me yelling and fussing, I'm like, hold on. Wait. What's going on? And I kind of saw my mama and daddy kind of like, I played them against each other. I'm guilty of it. I played them against each other because I knew I was my dad's favorite, and that's
why you gotta have the meeting before the meeting.
Yeah.
You have to agree. This is how we're gonna go. Even though one person probably doesn't win out all the time. Hey, we're gonna do it this way, and he's like, I'm telling you, that's not gonna work. But you still gotta agree to back the other one up. And if you don't back them up, they know they can play you against each other.
Kids are smart.
Because they know you. They're experts on you. Mm-hmm. So they know you better than yourself. Like, you ain't going to come. You ain't showing up. And all that kind of stuff. Or
Mama said you ain't coming.
Yeah.
So I did that a lot. Like, kids are real smart. So I knew when they were mad at each other. So I go be under my daddy and be like, make my mama mad. Like maybe she done did something to me earlier that day. So it was like team daddy and team daughter against mom. So I'm sorry, Mom, but yeah, kids are real smart. I did that a lot.
All kids try that, but you got to do no. Send them back to your mama. No. So what did your mama say?
What did your mama say?
Right.
I'm going to ask some hot seat questions. Karl got to answer them real quick before I let him go and enjoy his little Father's Day meal, his big Father's Day meal.
And it's smelling good, y'all. I wish I could smell it.
So I ain't going to keep him too much, and I'm going to give y'all some insight. I'm going to take some video outside of all the fathers enjoying their day. This was sponsored by Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. You know, with the honorary host, my husband. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure the spread was perfect for him.
Yeah, I saw you got decorations. That's father
cake.
Cake.
All that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are some hot seat questions, y'all. So he can't think. These are gonna be really, really fast, okay? So what do you think was the hardest? The toddler stage or diapers? The toddler tantrums or diapers?
Diapers.
Really?
Yes.
Changing the poopy diapers?
No. Trying to get them to get potty trained.
Oh yeah, that was hard. Oh. That was hard. First thing that came to your mind when you held your first child?
Boy, I'm in trouble. Because
yes.
I'm going to do anything and everything for you. You know?
Okay, yep. Best dad advice in one sentence.
Choose wisely who you have children with.
Ooh, he keeps saying that, y'all. So, potty training or teenager?
Potty training still. Well,
Still?
yes, because you got to be disciplined.
And with you
got to
girls?
When you the potty train when you potty training a child, you have to be disciplined because now you have to be on the schedule too.
I take teenager being the hardest. I don't know who want to deal with a hormonal teenager, and I had 2 girls.
Okay, well, you were a teenager once too.
See, and I know what I done put my mom through, baby. I don't know who want to go through that, but he picked. He said potty training was easy. Okay, Dad. Let's ask. I'm gonna ask his ex. I'm gonna see what she say.
I'm the one that potty trained. So, so how you gonna ask somebody?
Karl said he was the one who was potty trained. So you can ask who you want. I love it, Karl. I love that you were hands on dad. You know.
Yeah, I tried. I mean, that's again. I'm not perfect. That these TV guys, they got all the right answers. They say everything perfectly, and all fits in within the 22-minute sitcom or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no.
Yeah. Okay. What's the most dad thing you ever did without realizing it?
Giving people advice when I didn't ask for it.
Because you just everybody did.
Yeah, be stepping in because you. I mean, my nephew, he hit me with something that was really true. He said, you're an elder. I'm like, oh, I never thought of myself like that, but I am an elder.
You are.
Older. Oh, I was always the young ones. Yeah. I always could go to somebody else and get, no, you're the one that they're going to.
I'm going to end the segment with that question. Okay, if fatherhood was a song, what song would it be? What song describes fatherhood?
Describe fatherhood. I don't know about that.
He gonna come back to me with that one. Let me see if I can think of one. It's no Luther song. It seems like Luther has some good stuff. If I can dance with my father.
Dance with my father, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to dance with my father.
You don't?
That's not what I don't want to dance with my father.
Okay. All right.
But I want the song never to end because he'll still be alive.
He'll still be alive. So that's some good advice. Right. So he's gonna put that in the comment when he think about it a little more. What song? If fatherhood was a soundtrack, what would it be? You guys can tell me too.
Because Papa was a Rolling Stone. Nope, I'm not doing that one.
I love that one. That's what me and my daddy. My daddy always tell me that. I'm a Rolling Stone. I be cracking up. I love my daddy. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. Proudest dad moment so far.
Proudest dad. Oh, my proudest moment actually was yesterday.
Okay.
One of my oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to go to Ruth Chris because she'd never been. Mm-hmm. So we went to Ruth Chris, and she treated me.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah. I was proud of that. But then we then went to the Tiger baseball game.
Okay.
And so we did the baseball game, And then after the baseball game, we saw the Ludacris concert.
Did you?
And
so y'all hung out.
And she drove to and from the events. She had it all planned out. Had the parking taken care of. My wallet stayed in my pocket.
The whole entire family. So I would say that, guys, go treat your dad. You know, even like he said, nobody's perfect. And it's a scripture in the Bible. It says, love thy mother or father and your days will be short. And in that scripture, it does not say love the perfect father, love the perfect mother, love the person that, you know, has never done you wrong. It just say love thy mother and thy father. Remember, guys, we are not the judge. And if somebody brought you in this world, that's enough alone just for you to show some appreciation and some love. Like, we love spending time with our kids. And I'm sure my parents love spending time with me as well. So I'm going to make sure that I, reach out to my dad tomorrow. It's not even because it's Father's Day. It's just because he's my father, you know. And I'm going to go say hi, and I'm going to make sure I do it more often than not. So back to the hot seat questions. Most underrated thing about being a dad.
What's underrated? Underrated thing? Oh, it's 24/7. Ooh. I was like, yeah. You ain't no days off.
No days.
Ain't no holidays. Ain't none of that.
You don't get to put PTO in.
No, it doesn't work like that. And guess when they call dad? When all hell breaks loose. That's when they call. Not when everything's all smooth. It's when things go wrong or things need to be. You fill in the gaps.
Yeah. I wonder how my dad feel about me not calling him when stuff hit the fan. You know, I'm thinking I'm saving him, but maybe that makes him feel bad. Now that I think about it.
You feel needed.
Yeah, because I just know my daddy, like, you can't mess with his kids. Like, he putting on all black, y'all. It's no gray area. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. It's no gray area.
You know better.
Yeah, so I just didn't want to put him in those situations. So those was the hot seat questions, and we're going to end the episode. I just want to ask Karl, because he's old school. So with a modern day father and you being old school, what is like the biggest difference that you see in a generation?
Oh, well, the main thing is, like a lot of us, we migrated north. Right, okay. That's our family history. Is we were south and then we migrated north. Well, we were down south, rural. Okay. And now you're urban. Yeah. And that changed everything. So my dad and mom are from the south. Okay. So they grew up on farms and stuff. I know nothing about farms. I lived in the city. You lived in the city. So I just can imagine how they were feeling like, we don't think like they think because they're from the rural and I'm from the city. So, well, guess what? When I'm now the father, and the kids are thinking, and rap music is coming out, and this and that going, it's all, and all the technology too. It's so much technology. So the world is different. But the main thing is, I think as a parent, you gotta still teach your children the things that stand the test of time. Right. So like honesty. Thank you, please, may I, all that kind of stuff. You gotta, that stuff will stand the test of time. But all this other stuff, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Stuff all these material things do not matter. They think it does. It does not matter. Oh, you driving this, so you got that. So what? What? But you treat people all like dirt. Oh. No, I want my kids to be respectful and all that kind of stuff, And I try to teach them that, and also by being an example of that, So I can do as I say, not as I do. Well, no, I try not to do that. But of course, I failed. Sometimes, everybody falls short. Okay. Yeah. So I'm honest with myself. I know I'm the leader of imperfect people.
But I feel like you do a great job, and Molly did take a liking to you when she first met you. So
that's her baby.
Yeah, she's like Karl little adopted, niecey poo.
Right.
So we appreciate you for being in our life.
And people ask me, how you know her? And why are y'all so tight? Well, just click.
It just clicked. I mean, she just loved Uncle Karl and Auntie Kelly.
Yeah.
So, thank you for being on the set of Let's Talk About It with Katrice K, where real conversations happen. You can go and enjoy the spread that's outside.
Can I make one more
come on, baby. Come on.
Okay, and Katrice, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And every episode, you seem to be getting better and better and better. I am not a person who gets on camera. I just don't do that. And she got me to do this, so I gotta give it to you.
Thank you. Thank you for being my guest, Karl.
Right.
You can go ahead and enjoy your day,
Okay.
enjoy the festivities. And like I said, thank
I'm
you.
out.
He ain't wasting no time. So so one thing before I go. The episode 5 winner, Mr. Everywhere 24/7. Thank you for supporting me. If you haven't been in contact with Kiara, she will be reaching out to you. We having a celebration here on Let's Talk About It with Katrice K. If you want to come and pop in and enjoy the festivities with us today, we going all out. We got the movie screen out. It's going all night. Once again, thank you to my father, Mr. Floyd Daniels. I love you so much. Thank you for always being there for me and always showing me the real, no fluff. My husband, you are an amazing dad. Thank you for being there for my 2 girls, our 2 girls. Thank you for being just a stand-up guy. I love you so much. I hope you enjoy everything that's going on outside today. And yeah, that's it for Let's Talk About It with Katrice K, episode 6.